Guys, what's up? I'm Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. Hope that every one of you is staying super great today. Today's video is going to be a slightly different one because today I'm going to be talking about my experience with remote studying and with ecodemy, which is the online platform where I have studied to become a nutritionist. That I don't know if you've seen my last or second last video, you definitely know this already. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just hop right in. You guys have the timestamps down below in case you want to skip back and forth between sections, but I'm going to be talking about my experience with ecodemy, my experience with remote studying, some things I've learned while studying remotely, pros and cons, and also want to give you guys some tips that helped me have a somewhat successful remote studying experience, because I know it can be hard for some people, but let's just go. Everything that has to do with ecodemy might not be interesting for everyone, but I still want to talk about it because making two separate videos about it seemed a little useless to me. But anyway, so overall I can say that ecodemy is a very great platform. By the way, this video is not sponsored by them. This is all personal opinion. It's really great. It is a great platform with great educators, great material, anything like that, and it's also 100% flexible. That means you decide when you're gonna work, where you're gonna work, and what time you're gonna work. It's totally up to you. They don't care, no one else cares, it's really just you who decides. Even though it is entirely remotely and super flexible, does not mean no one is within reach. So educators and other students will be within reach when you have questions or anything. You can just, there's forums, there's even emails, direct messages, whatever, text them, ask them, and either students, if it's posted into forums, will jump in and answer your questions, or the educators will, or both, and then the educators will either correct or give you more information and more background, yeah, related to your question. As of now, the access is only in German, so if you understand German, this is for you. I have no idea if they have planned on turning their program into an English one as well, so that it's available for more people or anything like that, but that's actually kind of besides the point. Also, what is great, there is no age limit or any other restrictions that come with it, so they don't want to see proof of your high school diploma, of anything really. If you have ever had, I don't know, good chemistry grade in your classes, whatever, they don't care. You don't have to send them anything for proof, nothing. Even though you are a nutritionist in the end, because even though you are a nutritionist in the end, you don't have to work as such. This training is not one that tells you have to work as a nutritionist later on. It is only available for everyone who wants to become a nutritionist or a dietitian or anything like that. Even if you just want to like expand your knowledge in a sense and just kind of want to learn more about nutrition in a sense for personal and private matters only, technically, you can do that. You will have a qualification as a nutritionist in the end anyway, because you can't really finish that practice without the final. But if you don't want to work as one, you don't have to. So just to kind of scratch on the surface of some pros and cons with ecodemy, I've actually mentioned quite a few things that I like about it already, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail. Honestly, you will be confused. I have more pros than cons, but they're really, from my personal perception, there is not really any cons. There might be some for others. For me, not so much, but this just really depends on your study type and just your study preference and everything like that. But I'm just gonna name a few pros and the few little cons that I have. I actually have no cons. I just checked it. I have no cons, really. Also, quite a variety of materials. So you have forums, you have PDFs, you have audio files, you have videos, for each chapter. It's 15 chapters, so for each one. Also, there is like different forums to meet people near you or from further away with similar interests. So now that I've shared my experience with ecodemy, what is my experience with remote studying? Remote studying is really only something for people who can be super productive and organized and able to work on their own for 100%. If you are a person that kind of prefers the guidance or like live teaching from a professor or any other educator, the remote studying might not be for you if you find it hard to just, I don't know, teach yourself things, because technically you teach yourself things. So if this is not for you, you should probably not do a 100% remote studying experience. I know that some college courses are online anywhere around the world, and some people like it, some people don't, some people have absolutely no preference to it, but an entirely remote studying experience is definitely not for anyone, I can tell. But for me it is great because I've always been a person that just enjoys working on their own without a lot of people around them, because I do get distracted pretty easily, and I also then have a very hard time to stay focused. But with this remote studying, I have never been so focused in my entire life. This is crazy. Number one, probably the most obvious one when talking about remote studying, no one's gonna remind you when to study. It's not like teachers tell you, oh, you have a test due on Monday, or you now have that kind of homework and read 30 pages of this book, or you have this assignment and this whatever. No one's gonna tell you what to study. Kind of what to, let's scratch the what to study. Actually, you do know what to study, but no one's gonna tell you when to study, so you have to figure it out all on your own. Create yourself an aesthetic, motivating study space that kind of keeps you going, because you are probably going to be spending hours on end at your desk working. And one thing that kind of comes with it as well, kind of not, occasionally study elsewhere. At a cafe, at the park, study with friends at their place. Just, you know, have a change of location every once in a while, because you will literally go crazy if you have to sit at your desk months on end, day by day. This is what happened to me. I was at a point where I wasn't even focused on my own desk when studying, and so I then took it to a cafe once ever. So basically, I shouldn't be the one talking about studying elsewhere and having experiences with that, but it really kind of helped me to kind of reset, refresh, and yeah, just kind of get some work done as well, and then have motivation again the next day to sit back at my desk. Also, study more than you think you have to. That doesn't mean you have to overwork yourself to a point where you are incredibly exhausted. But if you have no deadlines for assignments, finals, etc., give yourself an extra day or even a week if you need to understand the chapter at 1000%. This is what I did, which is why I also kind of, if you've seen the video, the Life Lately Life Diary thing, you know this, I have kind of postponed the final by weeks, just because I didn't feel prepared enough, and so I gave myself an extra week or two to actually study and be prepared. And with that, I'd like to end today's video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It's a very different video. I don't know how this video is going to perform overall. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about it in a little more of a detailed video instead of just keeping it super short in reels. And yeah, anyway, hope you guys will continue doing great and stick around until I post next. And until then, see ya and have a good one.